to goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head.
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
So the Patriots coming out now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air. Attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Green 39! Green 39! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll start on the ground with Foster. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Green, 39.
From the gun on 3rd down. Walter. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Set. Blue 90.
From the gun, Walter. And he will find his man on the outside. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Looking to throw. Walter. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. It's a big play here for the Dolphins on 3rd, and even 40 yards. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And they'll go on the ground. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Walter, his pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is that now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so little surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
Offense.
They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. Second quarter in Cleveland. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. No, check, Patriot.
A first down carry for Foster. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Watch it now, Barney.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
We got 3. Over.
Again, this is Foster, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brent, what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They'll drop the throw. Dancing to his left. And he's got room. And he slides to avoid the hit.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get...
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Leopard!
Operating from the gun, Walter. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Walter. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the 2nd quarter. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. Back to Foxborough after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Check 31, check 31. No, check. Patriot! Patriot! Leopard! Leopard! Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Hey, got three down. Gun!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
A final shot before break. Walter, he's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Back to throw. Walter.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Taken in at the 22. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Past the 20. And they're going to get this all the way inside the Miami 15. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center. And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll set up to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And out come the Dolphins now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. I don't care if you're taking